Good morning. So I go on to the internet a lot. I do a lot of views on YouTube. Do a lot of research. One of the things I enjoy doing is smoking cigars. So with that, I go out, check out, see what everybody else is doing, how everybody else is enjoying their cigars. One of the things with me is I live in Connecticut. And with living in Connecticut, you get winters, obviously. So what are you going to do in the winter when you smoke cigars? Well, I came up with an idea of making myself a little smoking lounge. I have a friend who lives up in New Hampshire. He showed me his little lounge that he made attached to his shed. I thought that was awesome. The problem I had was I don't have a shed in my yard, so if I was going to do a shed, I would have to buy one. I wasn't prepared to spend $5,000, $7,000 on a shed, get one in my backyard, and then put a little smoking lounge in it. So I did a little bit more research. And I saw on the internet a lot of guys in colder climates, they would build themselves little ice fishing huts. I thought that was pretty cool. But then I thought, am I going to take this thing down every Sunday when I have a cigar? Nah, way too lazy for that. So I'm like, if I keep it up all winter, I'm going to have an issue with snow. So how am I going to take care of the snow? So what I ended up doing was looking at hot tents, 4-season tents. I'm like, man, that might be the answer for me. Comes with a vent. So get myself a little vent, little duct. Run it right out through. Try to get all the smoke out. Seems to be doing a pretty good job. A little bit of a smell, but that's what happens when you smoke cigars. You get a little smell of cigars. Got myself a little air purifier, a little fan. Got some fragrances to try to curb the smell. Then I decided I'm going to need some nice furniture. Where am I going to get furniture? I don't want to go out and buy brand new furniture, obviously. I want to try to keep this thing as economical as I can. So, went onto the internet, checked out Marketplace, and I got myself a couple oversized chairs. Relatively inexpensive. Got myself an ottoman. All in, $30, $40. My daughter donated me this nice lamp. Built myself this little table. Got myself some incense. Now I gotta heat it. Got myself a little heater here. Works perfectly. Got myself another little heater over here just in case. What more can I ask for? Got my dog, Piper. She comes out and enjoys it. Look at her. She's loving life. So I found that smoking cigars, coffee, music, not a better way to relax on a Sunday. It's the end of the week. One more day before you got to go back to work and to the grind. And this is what I did. So I'm inside right now. Not outside, obviously. We had snow. I've had snow twice. I've had this thing up for about a month. I've been out here. Yeah, this is my 4th Sunday. I've got a tarp over my tent to help shield the snow. Snow, essentially, this morning, all I did was lift up on the tarp from the inside and slid right off. No water. None whatsoever. So, the ground, the floor is cold, as it will be. I have carpet. I have mats, but it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really affect me. Not really any breeze, not really any cold air coming in. Here and there, you can feel it once in a while. But I'm sitting here, it's 67 degrees inside, and I'm not even sure what it is outside. But if you ask me, this is a great alternative. I don't mind sharing. I figure I'm all in. Everything that I've got here, everything you see. Of course, some stuff's donated, some stuff I had. It's the way to go. Try to get as much free stuff as you can. But the tent I bought on Amazon. The tent was $180. The fan was $45 or $50 or something like that. I had to buy one heater. That was $40. The other heater I had. The vent works great. I had to buy duct for that. That was $12 or $15. So, relatively speaking, it's not that expensive. It's something I think anybody can obtain. I sit here, smoking my cigar, listening to my music, loving life. I hope you enjoy. Maybe I'll get a video on the outside, pop a video on the outside and show you. I got it tied down. I use ratchet straps to secure it to the deck, so it's not going anywhere. I ran a couple extension cords so I can plug in and turn on my heat, turn on all my accessories. I unplug those at night, so I don't leave them running. Obviously, I don't want to do that. So, all in all, definitely a great time. I got room. I can fit another person, maybe three of us. 4, I think, would be pushing it, but definitely 2 to 3. So it's pretty cool. Have a good day, guys.